So this week on Business Mwananchi, you've been Michael Mikamba on Arise Africa. I meet the CEO to KenyaBuzz Limited. You might have heard KenyaBuzz Limited if you're browsing through your internet and you want to know your latest gig, your biggest lifestyle tip, what's going on in Kenya and the environment around you, what's on the movies, what's on everything. You wanted to know that. Now today on KenyaBuzz, I'm joined on Business Mwananchi rather. I'm joined by the director to KenyaBuzz, Damaris Aguayo. Damaris Aguayo, welcome very much. I'm honored to have you.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you. So Damaris, if you can please tell us your name and what you do at KenyaBuzz and just a brief introduction.
Well, as you said, my name is Damaris Aguayo. I'm currently the managing director at KenyaBuzz Limited. And what we do, well, in a nutshell, we are Kenya's leading events and lifestyle media.
Leading events and life, which is really true. If anyone has been to KenyaBuzz, he or she has seen, what's on the lifestyle segment. Where you give the movies breakdown, when you show a lot of tips and arts and culture and different things. How do you put all this together?
Oh, well, it's a process. I have a team of about 10 people in the office. So I have some journalists, I have editors, I have salespeople, but people who put content together are essentially the journalists. And what we do is we source for content from event organizers. We've been around for 7 years, so that's long enough that people know exactly what we do. So many times we don't even have to source for events. We just receive events and then we upload them on our website. We also have a newspaper which we send the same information in every month. Then we also have a phone application, KenyaBuzz Raha, which does the same thing. Yeah.
It is a phone application that, how does it work? How does the Kenya Raha work? We only know of the site, the KenyaBuzz.
Yeah, a lot of people only know about the website. KenyaBuzz Raha was officially launched 2 months ago, but it's been on the market for about a year. And the way it works is it basically just sifts the website for important information on what's going on in the country, restaurants around the country, and interesting things you can do around the country. For instance, if you want to go to a sightseeing spot, or you want to find the latest, casino that's opened in town. And then it also has a comprehensive movie listings page. So basically, it's just a place where people go to when they're looking for things to do, places to eat. A place to hang out. Yeah, places to hang out, exactly.
That is really nice. So if you can please give us, we only know that Kenya, you've told us it has existed for 7 years, KenyaBuzz as the company.
Yeah.
So if you can give us a history of how it has grown and how it has gotten to the KenyaBuzz that we know today, the one-stop, for every event. How has it gotten to this? If you can give us a history of how it has gotten to this.
Well, KenyaBuzz was initially started by 2 ladies. One is a Czech lady, another one is an American lady. And they were new in the country, and they were looking for things to do in the country. And they didn't know where to look. They didn't know where to find information. Most of the time, they would read about information the day after it's happened. So you pick up the paper and you see, oh, last weekend, I don't know, the Safaricom Rugby Sevens happened, or there was this gig at the Carnivore. But there was nowhere where they could get that information beforehand. So then they, necessity is the mother of invention.
Yes.
So they saw the need to come up with something which could provide that information for people, especially people who are just new in the country and they don't really know what to do with their free time. So that's when they started KenyaBuzz. And from there, it's grown to not just cater for expats and visitors in Kenya, but also Kenyans in general. So over 7 years, we've managed to connect with event organizers, increase our networks. So we get all the information from different people on what's going on, and then we upload it on the website.
Yes, and I'm intrigued. You've told me your journalists do the collection. I'm intrigued. How do you get so up to date? Because it's so up to date. You can't miss a major event,
Yeah.
if it's an event that's worth mentioning, or a big event or a small event, like any event that happens is always there. How do you get so up to date? How do you maintain your connections?
I think it's because of our staying power. We've seen a lot of companies come and go, purporting to give event information, and it's a tricky business because initially we were not actually making any money from it. But I think the founders started with the right reasons. They didn't start it with the aim of making money. They started it with the aim of informing people. They started it because they saw there was the need for it. And so over the years, I think we get the updated information because over the years we've built these really strong networks where people know that if they have an event, they send it directly to KenyaBuzz. And then that's on the one hand. On the other hand, we've got now the audience who know that if they're looking for an event, they'll look for it on KenyaBuzz. So yes, initially our journalists had a hard time looking for events. But then with time, as we've grown and become more well-known in the market, it's just natural. People just send us their events.
They now just send it.
They just send the events, yeah.
Yes, and apart from events, something interesting about your website is that it has an array of things in the category. You have the trade, the buy and sell category. How do you work around it? How do the business get on it?
Yeah.
How do they advertise from there, and how do you guys benefit? Just a brief story on the different categories that you guys have, if I can have it on. Like just a brief categorical explanation. Like
right.
we had the what's on.
Yes.
That was just what's the what's on about? If you can.
So what's on captures the events. Any and every event that's going on in the country in the different, and it's categorized. So under what's on, you've got nightlife events, you've got food and wine events, you've got kids events, you've got festivals and craft fairs. So it's very well organized such that if you're interested in a particular event, let's say you're a sports person and you're only interested in sports, you can just sift it for that information. It has categories, had the different categories there. It's bars on what is happening. What is happening, yeah, under those different categories. Fantastic. And movies? And movies now is movies that are happening in the country. So we've listed movies by theatre. So we've got the theatres, we've got the IMAX theatre, we've got the Century, we've got the Sarit, we've got even the Kisumu theatre, there's a Nyali theatre in Mombasa, and we've got Starflix closed, but there's another new theatre at Prestige Plaza. So we organize all the movies that are taking place at those different theatres by theatre. We also organize them by date that it's showing. So if, for instance, this weekend you want to catch the latest blockbuster at whichever theatre you want to go to, just check, you type in the date, you'll see all the movies that are showing on that date at the different theatres. So it's kind of an interesting partnership between, the theatres and you guys. Exactly. And then we've also just recently, if I may add, we've also just recently started an online ticketing platform. So it's not been done before in Kenya, but now people can actually buy their movie theatre tickets on our website and just turn up at the theatre 5 minutes before time, as opposed to before when you had to go and queue and maybe hopefully hope for that seat that, Because it was a tedious process getting to a movie place. You go queue, you have to go look for the popcorns and everything else that happens before you prepare for a movie. So you have to be there 1 hour before time. Exactly. Now you just book. You can book 3 days in advance. You can book a week in advance. Show up 5 minutes before. And have your movie. And have your movie. Fantastic. No wonder you're on edge. And and lifestyle. What's all about lifestyle? So lifestyle is it's lifestyle stuff. So information about fashion, gardening, pets, the latest news stories that are happening in the country. For instance, lately we've been talking a lot about Ebola. So we'll give updates on what's happening. When KQ had to cancel their flights. So we give all those updates on the lifestyle section. And then we also have opinion pieces from our journalists. And that's pretty much, so it's kind of a magazine in itself. Exactly, yeah. That's really nice. And the Biz directory. Now, the Biz Directory informs people about businesses happening, businesses that are in Kenya. It's kind of a one-stop shop if you're looking for, let's say, businesses in the entertainment section in Kenya. You go to the Biz Directory, sift to the entertainment category. Maybe you're looking for a DJ to host your gig. You'll get information. You'll get the contact details, website details, and just details of what exactly they do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now the buy and sell we mentioned earlier, you know, it's about guys taking their businesses there and, you know, giving you guys giving them a platform.
Yeah.
So if you can expand on that and how that helps you, how is that a relationship? How is it symbiotic?
So for buy and sell, if you have something you want to sell or you want to buy, let's say a car or a house, or you want to rent a house or whatever, that's what that section is there for. And then I must mention that all these things like the Biz Directory and the buy and sell and even lifestyle articles, we don't charge for people to send us the information, even events.
Oh.
We don't actually charge for them. So if you have a business and you want to list it, we list it for free, which will probably make you wonder how we make our money.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now for the businesses who want like a lot of prominence on the website, for instance, you want to be on the front page so that when anybody going on the buy and sell section sees you first and foremost, that's how we make our money, through paid advertising. Paid
advertising, which is really, because there are a lot of pop-ups on your website, a lot of relevant pop-ups. You can see different hotels, phones being uploaded, and it has different segment, and KenyaBuzz movies, you know, and other things. I'm seeing Safaricom and Orange at the same place. Is this some of the advertisement that you're talking about? Yeah,
that's some of the advertisement, because when people come to our website and they're looking for certain information, and it's very beneficial for advertisers to be there, because, for instance, you can see Orange's advertising pay as low as 66 cents. And when you see that advert, it's a lifestyle sort of product that they're advertising. So it's very relevant to the information that we're also offering on our site.
Awesome. So there's a lot of things on your website. I'd urge everybody to go on the website and see what it's all about. Any last words? Because I'm being cued that our time is almost up. Any last words you'd give to anybody who wants to start, you know, any kind of business, not necessarily this kind of business, but any kind of business? Any words that you'd give to them as a word of advice?
I think my words of advice would be, go into business with the right reasons. Go into business because you believe in something and you're passionate about something. Don't initially go into business because you want to make money, because you will not make money. We did not make money for the first 3 years that we were in business. We were just barely breaking even. So if you go in with the right reasons, you'll stick with the game and you'll come out on top.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure having you and getting the wisdom behind KenyaBuzz. So if you've missed I've been having Damaris Aguayo, the managing director to KenyaBuzz Limited, and she has shared her story about KenyaBuzz. And if you just missed it, you can get it here on Arise Africa. You know, you can always watch it again. So thank you very much.
Thank you.